first, a very, very funny young man, an up-and-coming local favorite. Please put your hands together and give a warm round of applause for Mr. Ryan McCullough!
I expected more people on the balcony. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah. This is the opposite of what I'm used to. The Bink Theater. When I know this place because the church I went to with my mom back in the day used to have Easter service here every year. And I remember one year I looked at my mom and I said, "Mom, one day I'm going to be on the stage with the microphone." And she said, "You want to be a preacher?" I said, "Close." I went to church with her a couple of months ago and things were getting weird. They were doing communion. So they had communion with like the bread and the wine, and then they had kids communion with like bread and then grape juice. And then they had gluten-free communion. Which is a problem, right? That's a problem, right? Okay, it's one bite, you're gonna be okay. Two, you have to think like, if you're not gonna be okay after one bite, like, why did God make you that allergic to communion, of all things? And you just have to think of that person, that guy that had to go up and say, "Hey, pastor, like, I know it's the blood of Christ and it's the body of Christ, but it's just not working my dietary needs at the moment." It's out of control. I feel bad for people, because I can't cook anyway. I couldn't cook if I was gluten-free. I tried to learn how to cook. I watched What's the best way to learn how to cook? Rachel Ray, right? You watch one show and then you're really good at cooking, right? It's not true. In a half an hour, Rachel Ray doesn't have time to cover the things that I need to know, right? She doesn't go over what to use to replace your oregano that expired in 2007. She doesn't go over how measurements need to be readjusted when you're cooking 8 tall boys deep, okay? She doesn't go over proper dicing techniques when 2/3 of your counter space is taken up by a microwave. These are the things I need to know, Rachel, but I love her anyway. I love her anyway. She has those nice arms that I just want. I love her. My other TV crush, Chris Crocker. Channel 4 other lady, is she here? I ask that every time. It's like a mixture of like fear and hopefulness. Maybe. I like Chris Crocker because she takes things that aren't hot and she makes them like really hot. Like she said the word moisture the other night. It was like. Sexiest moment in TV history happened the other night. It wasn't a rerun of Baywatch or Janet Jackson's nip slip or anything like that. Chris Crocker said she was expecting 4 to 6 inches overnight. So I love those two. I love them a lot. I love them a lot. My third piece in my heart, Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, but I think she sets some unfair expectations for both genders, really. Right? She writes these epic love songs, you know, these metaphors and these love songs. She talks about how she loves, yada yada. I just feel bad for the girls that would have to write love songs about me, like the girls that I talk to. They'd be called things like, "I only sat next to you because he was the only empty seat on the bus." "This number is for this group project only." And then the follow-up song on the next album, "The group project is done, stop texting me." I think she set some unrealistic expectations for guys, too, really. She has this one song, undeniably a great song, it's called Mine. And she goes on and on, it's a story, and at one point in the story, she storms out of the house at 2:30 in the morning during a fight. And he storms out after her and tells her that he loves her, and that she's the best thing that's ever happened to him. That's not fair. If we're in a fight and you storm out at 2:30 in the morning, I'm going to bed. Right? Like, I'm going to try rewatching that episode of The Wire that you just talked through, and I'm going right to bed. One of my coworkers found out that I like Taylor Swift, and he goes, "That's weird, man. You got to come to a metal show with me one time." And he did the rock and roll symbol like in earnest, which I didn't realize people did anymore. Like, I thought it was just for like drunk sorority girls. Like, woo, 18 of us just shared a derailleur. Ow! They're standing by the lake like, yeah, just got banged on a jet ski. Ah! My thoughts on that might be skewed though, because I spent a little while down at WSU. Woo, go Cougs! So there are other Cougs. Any other Coug dropouts? Those are some proud dropouts. That was enthusiastic. I dropped out. It's going well though. They're still calling me all the time, sending me letters all the time, saying they want me back or they want the money that I owe them. I don't know. They say something weird though. They say, hey, pay us the money you owe us or we're holding your transcripts. We're not going to tell anyone your grades. And I just read that and I'm just like, oh my God. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you, WSU. Thank you for holding on to those for me. That's like Comcast saying, hey, if you don't pay your internet bill, we're not going to show anyone your internet history. Well, thank you, Comcast. I could get in a lot of trouble for that. Thank you. I struggled down at WSU though. I struggled. I worked at Rite Aid. It sucked. I wasn't doing all the school. Couldn't pick up chicks. I'm not a very romantic guy. I should have seen it coming. When I was little, a bunch of us all got babysat by this one lady, and there were a bunch of us, and we used to play this game called Boyfriend Girlfriend, right? It sounds like a lot of fun. And it should have been a lot of fun, but there were like 5 guys and 4 girls, or 4 guys. There was an odd man out. I'm not going to name names. But there was an odd man out. But they would still let me play, right? Like the boyfriend, girlfriend would be in the house making dinner. Oh, somebody's here to rob the house. That'd be me. Boyfriend and girlfriend are going to the store. Who's the cashier going to be? Me. That'd be me, right? That'd be me too. Boyfriend and girlfriend need pizza delivered, and I would deliver the pizza. And not like the porno pizza guy where he's the real hero at the end of the story. Like I would just drop off the pizza and then go eat dirt over in the corner. I'll tell you guys one way not to pick up chicks. Has anyone ever been to a stoplight party? Yeah. For those of you who haven't been, stoplight party, it's like a normal party, but you go and you wear red if you're taken, yellow if you're like in between, green if you're like single ready to mingle, right? Northern Quest Casino had one. I went to it. Pro tip, if you're going to a stoplight party at Northern Quest Casino, bring an extra red shirt. Because there were a whole lot of green shirts I did not feel like talking to. Like I haven't seen that many sad-looking people in green shirts since the day after St. Patrick's Day. This one lady, she was single ready to mingle. She had on a green shirt, midriff exposed on accident, green skirt. She looked like a generous putting green with a sand trap right in the middle. I picked up one girl a while ago though, and it made me realize that advertisements are getting out of control, right? Because I was hanging out with this girl, we were fooling around a little bit. Mom, I'm sorry in advance. We were fooling around a little bit and she said, O'Reilly. Auto Parts. I had to look up like, what is going on up there? She wouldn't return the favor because I'm not an O Rewards member. Hey, Mom. I feel bad. The worst advertisement I've ever seen in my life is a Vista because they sponsored that idiot Recycle Man. Who knows who Recycle Man is? He's at the Chiefs games, he's at the Indians games, he's the idiot running around with his ponytail, and he's supposed to be a superhero. He has 2 powers. Number 1, he goes around and makes sure that all the bottles and cans get recycled. Number 2, he can do the splits. Those are his two. Like, if the main thing you do with your day is recycle, you're either homeless or my dad on the weekends. We worked together. One day he came into work and he was all ticked off. He goes, man, oh, I'm so mad. This morning I was taking a walk, walking the dog behind my house, and in the alley there was a shopping cart full of cans. And I go, oh yeah, like, what'd you do about it? And he goes, well, it ain't full of cans no more. It was amazing. It was an amazing moment. I think he is homeless though. Every superhero has their origin story, right? Superman's from the planet Krypton. I feel like Recycle Man's from the corner like Maple and 3rd. Superman was found in a cornfield in Kansas. I feel like Recycle Man was just found in like shallow right field at a Vista Stadium, passed out. Superman came here on a rocket ship. I feel like Recycle Man like ended up in Spokane because he got kicked off of a Greyhound bus for indecent exposure. Superman can shoot laser beams out of his eyes. I feel like Recycle Man's eyes are good for like seeing a meaty cigarette butt a couple of blocks away. So I don't go to Indians games or Chiefs games because of Recycle Man. I sit home and I watch game shows. I love game shows. Favorite game show? Family Feud. Who loves Family Feud? I was going to say, you were giving applause breaks like crazy to Carl Shaw. Family Feud doesn't get an applause break. Something's not right here. But you took care of it. I'm glad we got there. Those of you who aren't on board yet, I'm going to tell you why you should be in a Family Feud. Right? There are 5 people on a team. Watch the 5th person because they are terrible. That is the reason to watch Family Feud, because it's always, there's 5 people, so the first 2 are usually really good. It was their idea to be on the show, you can tell. The second 2 people are just okay, and then there's like Aunt Ruth down the end. Like someone got jury duty, so they had to check Aunt Ruth out of the dementia home. There's 5 people on a team, and there's only 4 rounds where people have to hit the button with like dexterity and speed. That's not a coincidence, right? Aunt Ruth cannot hit that with any sort of speed. Steve Harvey will give her an easy question. He'll go down and say, now Aunt Ruth, we surveyed 100 people. We asked them, if you could make love with any U.S. president, who would you make love with? And she pulls out like Lyndon B. Johnson or something like that. Get it together, Aunt Ruth. Do you guys not know who Lyndon B. Johnson is? See, that's why it's a bad answer. Okay, anyway. I love Family Feud so much, I almost got a job on a construction crew because of it. I was online. Listen, it sounds weird, but listen. I was going to explain it. I went online. I was looking at job applications, going down, looking at the names, starting to fill them out. I saw this one. I was like, boom, I'm in the door here. I'm going to get my foot in the door at Family Feud, work my way up, be a host one day. The only problem is working for a survey crew doesn't mean what I thought it meant. I feel like I'm getting old because I don't like Price is Right anymore. I used to like Price is Right a lot. I'd get really into it. Like Kevin from UCLA would be up there winning a car. And I was like, holy smokes, he just won a red Mustang. Like, I hope that thing comes with a life jacket, or he's going to drown in all the women that are all over him. That car. And now I watch and I'm like poor Kevin, like he has to pay taxes on all the prizes he won. He's a college kid, that car insurance is going to be through the roof. I don't know if he has it in his budget. I get sad sometimes, I get sad. But I just get myself out. I don't want to do drugs to get out of it. Let me tell you why I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs because I don't like talking to high people, okay? I don't like talking to high people because they only like talking about 2 things. They like talking about disc golf, and they like talking about alternate realities. And I'm sick and tired of it. Let's go over disc golf first. Let's go over why disc golf sucks. If you ever want to hear bad music played on bad sound systems, go disc golfing. Like dubstep wasn't meant to be played on iPhones, you jackasses. I've been a couple times and there's always that guy dragging around like a body bag full of discs, like describing his disc golf discs like they're Pokemon cards. Oh, this one's holographic, had it imported from Japan. It's from my tomahawk throw. Yeah, tomahawk, throw it into the river and never talk about it ever again. Sick and tired of it. They talk about alternate realities. There was like, oh man, like, maybe there's an alternate reality out there where like, I don't work at Arby's, my parents respect me. They just change things just slightly though. Like there's an alternate reality where like I'm like 2 inches taller. I got on the community college basketball team and I just get sick and tired. So I mess with him. I go, there's this guy Chan, he smokes a bunch of weed and talks about alternate realities. So I go, hey Chan, like listen to this book. Like maybe there's an alternate reality out there where like everything's the exact same, Chan. Like everything's the exact same, except you have 8 arms and your hands are light bulbs. And everybody calls you Chandelier. It's fun. It's fun. I'll mess with them. I'll argue with high people, even if I know that they're right. I'll argue with them just to win and just to get under their skin. There was this one kid talking about, psst, psst, the front row is a really bad place to talk during a show. Like of all the places in here, that's the worst. So they're arguing, right? They're talking about, I'm so glad I don't have to drug test to get my EBT card, right? They're like, I don't know what I would pick, weed or food. And so I argued against them just to argue with them. I was like, you know what? They need drug tests for EBT cards. And the quality of, if you fail the drug test, the quality of food you get is directly correlated to the quality of drug you're doing. Right? If you're smoking some nice weed, you can get like a Huckleberry's gift card. If you're smoking some dumpster weed, you just get 21 Hot Pockets throughout the week. It's up to you to ration them out properly. If you get caught doing heroin, you just get those protein bricks from Snowpiercer. Have you seen that crocodile stuff over in Russia? That crocodile stuff that makes your flesh fall off? If you get caught smoking that, you just get more of that instead of food. Like, let nature run its course, like your priorities are already set. I was arguing with them and I go, you know what? No. If you want free food and you want to do drugs, I got a reality show for you. Listen to this. Reality show, right? It's like Big Brother, 24-hour live stream, right? From breakfast until dessert after dinner, you get all the free food you want. Every bit, you can binge eat anything you want. 5-star chefs, yada yada. From after dessert, after dinner, until breakfast the next morning, drugs are legal, but so is all other crime, right? It's like The Purge, right? Like if you want chaos, you got chaos. This is it, right? I'd watch this. I've wasted hours of my life watching Big Brother After Dark. Like I would watch this show. I think other people would too. What do you call it? You call it bulimia, right? Because you watch the binge, and then you watch The Purge. I was waiting for a groan. I told myself I'd get off stage after a groan. So I'm done. That was my time. Thank you so much for coming out.
All right, guys, keep it going for Ryan McCone.